Hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. So, what am I up to today? Well, today I'm going to answer that age-old question of what's for dinner. So, today we are actually going to be cooking a whole chicken, and we're going to be doing it on a grill. And that takes about 90 minutes, so I need to get it on here very soon. So I have dinner at a decent time. So, let me bring you down here and show you the recipe and how I'm going to do it. Okay. So, as you can see, I have a whole chicken here. Now, I want the skin to be good and crispy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my avocado oil. You can use olive oil, something like that. I do not suggest using a coconut oil because it has too low of a melting point. So it will smoke and start to burn a lot easier. So I use avocado oil. And I literally, once I can get it open, I just pour it over the chicken like this. And then I just rub it all over it. I get some of the oil from down that fell on the pan. I flip it over. And I just rub the oil in on it. Now, if you want to, you can dry off your chicken if you feel it's a little too wet. But this guy's been sitting on a draining rack to get most of the water off of it. Now, this poor guy was frozen. Okay. And what I'm going to do, some people put the breast down, and this will actually make your chicken less dry, but I usually wash mine pretty good, so I normally don't have a dry chicken. It's usually very, very good, actually. So I'm going to leave my breast up. So in order for me to get the seasonings on this, I need to put it back down on its breast for right now. Seasonings. Here we go. We've got some garlic powder. I'm just going to do some sprinkles. Try to get it everywhere. I love my garlic. The next item is turmeric. Just be sprinkling that. Yes, it will make your skin a nice yellow color. That's all right. And yes, I will do the other side just like this. Our next item is going to be this Montreal chicken seasoning. It's wonderful. It has everything else that I would be putting on a chicken already mixed up for me, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this on it. These pre-made spices are a time saver, and it's kind of nice because you don't have to come up with so many different spices to put in them all the time. But sometimes I will just pull out some different things and put them on there and let it go. So, but by adding my turmeric and my garlic powder, it really makes the chicken even taste better. So when you're doing this, make sure you're adding the turmeric and the garlic powder, if at all possible, and you have no allergic reactions to either of those. That was the garlic. This is the turmeric. And of course, it's a very yellow chicken right now. Now, what I'm going to put inside this chicken might surprise you. This actually helps the tenderness of the meat, and I like how it makes it taste. Let me show you. We have an apple. Yes, I'm shoving an apple up the bird's butt. Okay, so I'm not cutting it or anything. You can cut it if you want to, but I usually just put it up in here. Just like that, and it slowly cooks with the chicken. I close it up, and for some reason, the meat just seems to taste a lot sweeter, and it's more tender. I don't know why, but no idea why it works that way. But yes, the apple is inside now. Okay, if you have an apple that's too big, which this one's almost too big, you can cut it in half and double stack them. And I might have to do that because he didn't go in very far. So hang with me. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I cut my apple. I'm leaving seeds and all in it. Now, this apple is overripe. It was starting to get a little bit on the soft side, and the skin was beginning to wrinkle. And that's what I do. I try to use my fruits that I can't eat or that's kind of getting a little off on the taste. I try to use them to cook with, and you really don't know. Now, I'll let you on a little secret. I probably will not be eating this poor apple, but it's in. Okay. So I'm going to put this on the grill. Let me take you out there. Well, here's the chicken and here's the grill. I literally just turned the grill on, so it's not even getting a chance to preheat. And honestly, that's how I like to do it because it seems to work out better. And once I get this on, then I turn it down to what I would refer to as medium heat. It is halfway. It's usually the knob is straight up and down. So remember, this is going to take about an hour and a half. So what else are we having other than the grilled chicken? Well, we're going to do some fried green tomatoes, and we'll get to those in just a little bit. Okay, first things first, for our fried green tomatoes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some avocado oil in here. Now, this depends on the size of your pan, but I'm going to put about 1/4 inch in here. It should pretty much cover up the tomatoes, but only halfway cover them. Okay, the next item I'm going to put in here is some finely chopped up tomato or onions. Sorry about that. These were super, super finely chopped. It's a little onion that came from my garden. So I'm going to go ahead and just drop these in here. Now, this is really not to find and eat. This is more or less to flavor the oil. So let me go ahead and get some other items together while this is heating up and flavoring my oil. So I got my oil heating up and being flavored by the onions. You see right here, some of the onions are getting a little brown, and that's good. I already have it down on low. So this is my tomatoes, my green tomatoes. Now they are from my garden, and I broke the cardinal rule of picking a green tomato before any of my tomatoes are ripe. But I'm now getting some of my tomatoes are turning, and yeah, so I haven't been cursed as of yet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my green tomatoes, and I have 3 eggs here scrambled up, and I have some flour here with salt and pepper. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my tomatoes and dip them in the egg, coat them really good, just like that. Hopefully you can see them. Bring it even a little closer. When you do it like this, then you actually kind of shake this off a little bit. You definitely want to make sure that your eggs are very scrambled. You don't want big globbies of whites in there. So kind of leave that drain. Then I just put it in here in the flour, turn it over, make sure it's coated. And I drop them in the oil. Now, normally I would do this in a iron skillet, but this skillet's actually bigger than my iron skillet. So I'm using it in this. And you can also make sure that your oil's hot enough by doing the water trick to make sure it splatters. But because we have the onions in there already, we can see that it's nice and bubbly and doing its wonderful things. So I'm going to get these all done up and get them laid in there. And you want to cook these till they're soft, but not mushy. Okay. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, I put a lid on this. I also did a little droplet of butter in here. It just kind of helps them brown a little bit better. Let's take a look at them to see how well they are browning. Sorry about that. Look at that. Looks pretty amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this one. So they're pretty much done. They're getting very soft. Yeah. I love fried green tomatoes, just like this. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do a few things to kind of add a little bit more flavor to them. And also kind of make them more of a gourmet. Okay, so let's put this lid back on, and we will get to that in just a minute. So let me show you these fried green tomatoes again. I went ahead and flipped them over because they were getting more brown on the other side, so I wanted a more uniform color. So I've already started pulling some of them out if they are looking more done. Okay, so we're going to let these finish cooking. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And we're going to get to making it into a gourmet fried green tomato instead of a country fried green tomato, which in my opinion is just as good because I love them both. But I thought I'd do something a little different to kind of pique your interest. Okay, taking you everywhere. So we're back here at the grill. Let's take a look at the chicken. Wow, that looks amazing. So it's definitely done. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the grill. I'm going to turn it off. It's very hot. Let me bring you a little closer. Now this is not burnt. This is just where the herbs have kind of crusted up. As you can see, they're just kind of falling off. But there you go. There's your nice juicy chicken. Hopefully you can see the juices running out of it. But I'll be back out to get this off the grill the rest of the way. It's already turned off. And I'll take you back into the kitchen. Okay, so I'm pulling the fried green tomatoes out. You see there's some onions on them. It's getting crispy. And I'm putting them on a paper towel so it absorbs some of the oil. I know, it's good Southern fried comfort food. It's going to be amazing. I'll probably end up having to put some more on. Okay, so, but I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to cut up some basil. And I've already done the onion tops for the green onions. And we've got another little surprise ingredient. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so let me bring you up and show you the juices that's running out of here and how good that chicken looks. Okay, so we're going to get to cutting it and you'll get to see more of it. Okay, so what is my secret little ingredient? It's going to make this really awesome gourmet. I know some restaurants actually use mozzarella and different things like that. Excuse my other vegetables sitting around here. I've been busy. I am using Philadelphia cream cheese. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my Philly. Just take a little bit of the Philadelphia cream cheese, put it there in the center, and the heat will help melt it. I'm going to take some onion tops. Just going to sprinkle them on it. Kind of make it look pretty. And then for our basil. Now the basil is fresh from the garden. There you go. Check that out. Now if you wanted to, you could actually smash this a little bit more so it would melt it even better. There you go. That's my little gourmet taste. And we're going to fill this plate up with some chicken also. Oh, and corn. I'm also doing corn from my garden that I canned last year. Okay, so here's my plate. And let's do our taste test. Man, I missed last Friday. And I so missed doing my what's for dinner because I love eating. And at the beach, got back late, wasn't feeling good, so I never got us a what for dinner. But let's get some of this chicken. Now, this is breast meat. Breast meat's normally dry. You know, when I cook it on the grill, it's not. So let's see how it tastes again tonight. For some reason, the apple really helps it. And let's go with my country fried my country fried green tomatoes. I love green tomatoes. And with the cream cheese and the basil and the tomato tops, it makes it even better. So this is what's for dinner. And that's my daughter behind me. She's my little soulless ginger. And that's just a joke for the rest of you gingers out there. Don't take it personally. But... So, well, this is Charlie B signing out. And remember, I'm answering the age-old question of what's for dinner. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. And Charlie B signing out. I'll be seeing you soon.